Is that breakaway goal more reminiscent of the one you got in the preseason?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. So nice to get one of those every once in a while, and thankfully it went in today.
The way the first 4 games have gone, like probably fair to say this team deserved a better fate in some of those situations, but like tonight, I mean, top to bottom, how complete of an effort is that?
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, we put a huge emphasis on the second period. I think that's kind of where we've let ourselves down the last few games, and I think tonight we really dug in and had a really good second period, and I think that set us up for a ton of success going into the third.
Did you almost had another breakaway?
A little bit, right? There's a couple chances, yeah.
What's it been like now? I think you were playing with Kozak and Tulio, now you have a couple wingers or a couple different players with you tonight. What's that like?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to figure out their style and their routes on breakouts, and once you kind of figure that out, it makes the game pretty simple. And I think a big thing, especially when you do have different line mates on a consistent basis, you kind of just have to be as predictable as you can be, so that one, it makes it easier on yourself, but then also makes it easier on your line mates as well. For them to know where to be whenever the puck is low or high, wherever it may be.
Like when this game is going the way it is, you guys are kind of blitzing them through 2 periods. What is that energy like on the next? There's got to be some sort of contagiousness when the next line up.
It feels a lot better than when you're losing. So, yeah, I think it's just like, all right, like next shift, keep building on the previous one, and we always say like set the next line up for success, and whether that's changing in the O zone or blocking a shot, winning a puck battle, back checking like Cozy did in the second period. It's just trying to do these contagious habits that everyone can kind of buy into, and it doesn't matter how skilled, how big, how small you are, but if you can do those things, it really sets everyone up for success.
I don't know if that's the play you were mentioning, but Kozak tracks down a guy that probably was a zone ahead of him.
Yeah.
It's 5-0.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but I guess that probably says, how engaged everyone was.
Yeah. It sends a message that no matter if you're up by a ton, down by a ton, we're going to play the same way, no matter the score. And I mean, Kozak does so many things well, and on a consistent basis, he's a winning player, and so it's no surprise that he did that. But it definitely gave the boys a little bit of juice heading into that second half of the game.
So kind of going on to how you guys are all on this one, especially on the first night, just going on the game, especially watching what were some things that defensively were able to at least wins.
Yeah, I guess they're a pretty offensive team, and they cheat for offense a bit. So we understood that if we were able to break out pretty clean and get pucks past their pinching defensemen, that we could have a lot of odd man rushes. But that even when we didn't have odd man breaks, we were disciplined enough to get pucks in behind them and make them go a full 200 feet and put some pressure on their D and force them to turn it over, which led to some sustained O-zone time and a lot more chances throughout the game.
By the way, after a few games.
Yeah, it feels awesome. Obviously, I had a few in preseason, so you're always like, oh no, can you do it in regular season? And so it's really nice to finally get that one, and now hopefully just keep rolling. And it's been pretty fun so far. I mean, we're playing good hockey, and I think some of the results don't correlate with it. But now I think getting that type of game under our belts with a lot of guys chipping in, I think it'll really set us up well for the rest of the year.
This year, we're guys in multiple leagues, when they both come back. In this case, all for today. What things just from those games that you took away that you were able to adjust on defense and show that in today's game?
Yeah, we have a super young team, and so I think some of that is just growing up as individual players, but then also as a team, and figuring out how you have to win at this level. And I think early on we kind of got away from what made us successful in preseason, which was really staying consistent in the way we played and not getting bored and playing the right way. And so I think it was really good for us to bounce back after some of these tough games, tough nights. But we really put a huge emphasis on that second period and making sure that we don't let up off the gas, and we just keep driving away and trying to add on to our lead. And a big thing in this league is it's a race to 3 goals pretty much, and more times than not, that team who scores the third goal first ends up winning the game. So trying to get that third one is massive.
Why was your man down? Using the way
think we gotta limit the stick penalties as much as we can. As the season goes on, it's hard to win games when you spend a lot of time in the penalty box. So if it was 8 penalties, that's 16 minutes in the box. That's a lot of hockey to be playing shorthanded, and it kind of gets guys out of a rhythm, whether they're not on the PK or whatever it may be. It just kind of ruins the flow of the game and maybe sometimes takes guys out of it. But I thought we did a good job of keeping guys engaged throughout that whole stretch of penalties.